Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, October 13th. We're looking at window traders' market profile of the ES and NQ. Disappointing finish to the week. The Bulls accomplished a lot early in the week, even though it was an emotional trading on the way up. Well, they kind of took back the majority of the week with emotional trading on the way down. We go out with a trend day today after taking back yesterday's trend day. Same goes true for NQ. It's not disastrous by any means how we close, but when we go over all the charts, which we'll do on all our indices, definitely a little concern for the Bulls. Righty is the most concerning, no doubt. Righty, after having 3 trend days up, take them all back and have 2 trend days down. They go out with a double distribution and a 10 wide point of control. They almost got close to taking out last week's low, which would have, and they already took out last week's high. NQ goes out, double distribution with 2 sets of single prints, by the way, in C and B, and an 8 wide POC. We go out with a double distribution and a 10 wide POC. Now, SPY has 2 sets of singles. They held 2 little cents in B period. ES had filled those. I didn't trade a lot today. Again, today was marked the second day of our second retreat for Camelback traders. Had 4 traders here. Great group of guys and traders, and hopefully very educational. And we're heading out to dinner after this video at some point later. So I didn't trade a lot today. Look, these were 2 tough days that they were here, without a doubt. Yesterday, Bulls were in control, only to liquidate, and then we take back a bunch of it late in the day. Well, today wasn't any better. We opened in the upper distribution in ES. So we took back yesterday's whole trend day, push up, A period got exactly, well, not exactly, 2 ticks above where H period liquidated from yesterday. And that's it. But when that got up there, we had taken out the overnight high, we had unchanged value, we were hanging in the upper distribution. I thought we might try to stay after taking back this whole trend day in the upper distribution, or at worst, play between the 2 distributions. No way, after taking back yesterday's trend day, did I think they would go and do it again. But do it again they did. Only had 1 set, but they went out trend, and our value ended totally low on the day. Volume, 86 million right now at the after hours still, so we're going to do about 90 million. I'm trying to think of, I didn't write any of my trades down. I'm busy talking, educating. I was up in the morning, doing pretty well in NQ. And then later in the day, and I battled a short in NQ, was down like 1,100, brought it down to 100, got out of the position, and then popped to a level where I really wanted to short more, only took small and didn't really capitalize on that. And again, in L period, it gets late in the week, I'm kind of slow on the draw. L period's pop I thought was a great risk-reward short against going back down against the POC. And why is that? Because a lot of reasons. G period was the opportunity for these longs to get going. Couldn't do it. So after G, value kept getting pulled lower. TPO kept getting pulled lower. Volume POC kept getting pulled lower. So the odds of this going back L and really getting above G and doing more damage, to me, was slim. So that's why it was a good risk-reward trade when they got up to those levels. As far as our destinations, for the upside, we're 10 wide at 431.68 in SPY, and then we have single prints 433. 37 to 434.14, then that other small one 435.11 to 12, and today's high of 436.45. Now this week's high, don't forget, is right at where that gap is still from September 21st. So we have to take out another weekly high to go attack that gap, and it's still rather large, especially in ES. And the downside is 429.88. NES, upside, 60.75, 10 wide. Single prints, 76.75 to 84.25. Today's high of 07.75. On the downside, 40.75. Let's go over these charts now and break it down. Excuse me. Why isn't that showing like that? I hope it's going to show. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. That's showing. Oh, I know why. No, I don't know why.
Click it.
Here. All right, I got it. Sorry about that. So now we should be able to see the chart. So we're going to start with Russell. Russell's concerning. It's a 1.5-year balance. Since 3 and 4 months ago, we attempted to get the balance high and failed. Look what we've done. We're getting closer and closer to this balance low. We're only $8 from it. More importantly, we're $3 below the August of 2018 high that I talk about so much, that it took 2 years to get back over. So 5 years, over 5 years of gains for Russell is gone. I don't like that. I don't think, even though I'm saying ES still has a chance here if they hold these levels, I don't like the fact, I don't think we can go make new highs if Russell continues this downward motion. So the monthly is still balanced. They better find some kind of buyers here, hopefully sooner rather than later, okay? Because otherwise we're going to go test that 162 level. So they're balanced on the monthly. Look at weekly. Took out last week's high to come back into balance and almost took out last week's low. So we're at a 2-week balance, or 3-week, however you want to call it. Again, we always talk about IWM being in perpetual balance. And the daily, guess what? Balance. I'm going to incorporate this whole thing. Some people might actually call this down, but because we had gone up those 3 days, I was calling righty up. Yes, they put us back into balance. Again, you could say it's down, but I would rather use the weekly low here of 169.09. So I would just basically incorporate this as one big balance. So all 3 time frames in righty, surprise, surprise, are in balance. Now, the NASDAQ is acting better than all of us. They're down on the monthly, but it's an inside month, okay? That doesn't stop the 1 time framing, but it's a little positive as of right now through almost halfway through the month. So that's not a bad deal, but they're still down. But look at the weekly. Their weekly is up, okay? Their weekly went up this week. Now, I don't like the way it finished, but it's still up. Nothing changes unless we take out this week's low, okay? And the daily is down. Closed below the 50, above the 20. So you have 3 time frames. You have down on the monthly and the daily, and you have up on the weekly. And then on the ES and SPY, the monthly is clearly down, okay? The weekly is balanced. It's a 3-week balance. We closed at 431.50, so we're still $1.50 almost above that low I keep talking about. I just don't like the way we closed. I'm not thrilled about it. They did a lot of good early to give it back, but that doesn't mean it's over, right? If we start getting accepted below the 430 level, I'd be a little worried that we're going to come into this 9-day void, for lack of a better word, and then we'll see if we're going to come down and test this other lower balance. So balance on the weekly, and the daily is down. Now again, 1 day doesn't make a market, but we did close. Oh, actually, did we close below the? No, we closed above the. We closed above the 20-day moving average. So, but again, either whether we close it below or above it, it's not like it's bearish or bullish. It's 1 day. We are now down on the daily. Anyway, excuse me. I hope you guys and gals had a great week trading. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks for the likes and subscribing to this channel. And we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.